Yo, it's Chunky Beats and I'm now officially 2 weeks THC free thanks to the CBD flower shop. This is a 3-part series on my experience, starting with this video right now. This is my 2 weeks THC free, then there will be a 4 weeks, then a 6 weeks. So I want to get into why I was smoking THC in the first place. In 2012 I started suffering with trigeminal neuralgia and fibromyalgia, and both really took over my body with pain, mainly my head and face, and I wasn't able to stay awake for a full day. I was in bed a lot of the time, very well. A lot of the time, not very well at all. I felt sick, I had body pain, pressure, just a really poor quality of life, to the point I was feeling very suicidal because it lasted all year. And I came across cannabis. Prior to coming across cannabis, I was dead against cannabis. I was brought up and raised to believe that all drugs are bad, and even the schools told me and taught me that cannabis can kill you and things like that. So I didn't have a very good opinion of cannabis at all. THC cannabis. I didn't know about CBD at the time, I just knew about THC. Later throughout 2012 I was introduced to cannabis by a friend, and because all of the doctors that I did see and specialists couldn't help me, other than prescribe me dangerous painkillers, which none of them worked, they just made me worse. They gave me worse quality of life. My friend introduced me into cannabis and I took a few drags and the problems went away within seconds. Fast forward 10 years and I've been using it every day since to cope with my problems, and although it did help me, it also created other problems later on in life. So I decided that I really needed to find another way of either lowering my THC intake or stopping it altogether. And along came the CBD flower shop in a search engine that I was looking for hemp flowers and high CBD products. And yeah, Friday the 21st of October, I decided I'm going to smoke my last bag of THC cannabis and order some hemp flower directly from the cbdflowershop.co.uk, and it arrived the next morning, and this is how my 2 weeks went from there on. Some of the reasons I chose to give up were I was tired all the time, I was very inactive as a person, moody, depressed, anxious in public, finding myself confused a lot and losing things a lot that were right in front of me. I was very unmotivated as a person to get anything done, lost the joy in most of my hobbies and creative projects. And then there's my children and my family really, and friends. I felt that when these people were talking to me, I wasn't quite taking in what they were saying, and my mind was always elsewhere, and that's not the type of person I want to be. So week 1, I woke up on Saturday the 21st. I was gasping for THC, to be honest, but then I just stayed in bed until the postman arrived, because I knew that if I got up I'd go hunting for THC. Then the door knocked, the postman was there with my bag of goods from the CBD flower shop, which I purchased out of my own money. And yeah, I got straight into rolling one up straight away. You can look back at my popcorn nuggies review, that was the batch that I've got for that on my YouTube channel. And straight away I was blown away. It killed my withdrawal really and my urge to smoke THC. So at that moment in time, halfway down my first CBD only hemp flower spliff that I rolled, I was over the moon, I was joyful, I was dancing around, put my music on, and felt that really I was on a real positive start to my journey. I felt confident, pain-free, and more outgoing, clear-headed. My thoughts were clear, it didn't affect my head at all in a sense of confusion, distracted or anything like that. My body was relaxed from the CBD, but my head was still clear, and I was very motivated to not only get on with my day but to avoid THC altogether. I found that I struggled without the THC towards the evenings, because that's when I smoked the most amounts of THC. So for me, I was smoking it to get myself to sleep, And it used to work that way for me, where I'd smoke it and I'd just fall asleep, and that was great. I was getting the rest I kind of needed with THC. But over the years I found I was constantly chasing THC and staying up later and later just to enjoy another one, and then enjoy another one, and then enjoy another one, and then I was just not sleeping very well at all, and never dreaming. I was never dreaming at all. So a few days into smoking CBD only, I still hadn't had any I haven't touched any THC for 2 weeks at all, but I was craving it a few days in, and I found that every time the cravings were there, I'd get a bit depressed, a bit sad. I started missing it. I even cried a couple of times. I'm not afraid to admit that. I just packed in a 10-year habit and was experiencing withdrawal. And the withdrawals I was getting was really bad nausea. Body temperature was going through the roof. I was getting really, really hot and feeling like I was on a boat in the sea. I had to keep lying down and they weren't feeling good at all. But every time I smoked a CBD flower joint, it brought me back around, it calmed all of that down, and I was able to get through the day with ease. Every time I felt my worst, I'd just turn back to the CBD and it would kind of just reset things for me in my body, but still very focused. Noticed a couple of days in that after struggling initially to get to sleep, when I smoked a CBD joint, it was easier for me to decide to go to bed than it was when I was smoking THC. So when I was smoking THC, I just had the urge to stay up all night and keep doing that. With the CBD, it was like, well, I've had enough now. I'm just going to take myself to bed. There's nothing else to do with my day. I'm not going to waste the product that's helping me when I'm already naturally deciding to, I've had enough, that's it, bedtime. And that's a first for me in 10 years, so amazing really, absolutely amazing. Over the first week I did start feeling cranky and had a bit of an irritated mood, but again I found that with CBD I get a couple of hours relief each time. It was only when I was away from my CBD that the THC sort of withdrawals would take over. I had bad night sweats, sweating really, really bad, and just feeling sick and really hot during the night when I woke up. Craving THC really. So it was a really tough first week. Although I was suffering, my clarity of mind was improving, and my willpower and my determination to avoid THC altogether was getting stronger and stronger. The harder it was getting, it was strange. I can't explain it, but I feel that's where the CBD was kicking in. It was like, as much as I am struggling, I know that the CBD is helping me, and I'm still repeating the same sort of habit and action with it, which was a bonus, because a lot of the time breaking a habit is stopping every aspect of that habit. And smoking cannabis was a hobby as well as a medicinal thing for me to do, so I still get to keep an aspect of my hobby, and that's helped me a lot, big time. I'd say I felt way more social in public, definitely. Like, I'd talk to strangers for joke within the first week. I seem to be coping better in the daytimes than I was in the evenings, but in the evenings I just always end up realising, oh, I've got CBD, use that, that helps, it works. So again, I'd use that and I'd get through the toughest moments in the first week. At the end of the first week, I did feel a bit numb to life. I don't know why, I was having like a bad couple of days. So I'd say day 6 and day 7. I was super proud of myself that I'd gone that long, because I hadn't gone a day within 10 years. So it was like all pats on the back from myself, my partner, and my family really. It was a welcome change, but I was still struggling with things in my head and in my body. Without the THC, normally all my body pain would return really, really bad, and I'd be just inactive and not very good with anything really in my life, not coping very well. THC would take a lot of that away from me, but the CBD's replaced that now, and the CBD works just as effective for me and my body at keeping things at bay. Only I've not got the fuzziness or the buzz or the high, or I'm never stoned. So I'm like way more of a person now. It's the only way I can explain it. I feel more like a person than I have done in 10 years, and I almost feel like I've wasted 10 years of my life in a way, which is a bit of day 6, day 7, that was really hitting me like, I've wasted 10 years. What have I been doing? I've done things in that 10 years, but to me, there's a lot of memory issues I had in that 10 years because I was always stoned, that a lot of things I really can't remember, and that's a shame because I've had some amazing moments as well in that 10 years. So I kind of feel like I've never really been in the moment to enjoy things, whereas CBD allows me to be in the moment, and that's all I ever wanted really. I just wanted to be able to live life and be in the moment, pain-free and stress-free. I'd say end of week 1, start of week 2, I was having terrible nightmares, horrific nightmares, really disturbing, very vivid. Felt like I was there actually experiencing it. I won't go into the nightmares because they are disturbing and I'd rather not repeat what was going on in those dreams. And I'd wake up in a lot of pain after having those dreams. So I felt like the THC was really leaving my body at this point. And then I'd wake up in pain, numb, and I'd just have some more of my CBD to get me through that part of the morning where I was really struggling. Because at that point I was really craving to go back to THC, just to cut out the level of severity of my dreams. But no, I carried on. I thought I'm not giving up on myself. I've got a product that works and helps, so I'm gonna stick to that. And I honestly don't know where I wouldn't have been able to do it without the CBD flower shop, to be honest. I really wouldn't have. I can't stress that enough. They've been an absolute godsend for me and really good service. So the fact that I'm now 2 weeks THC free is amazing. It's like I say, I couldn't go half a day in 10 years, I really couldn't. I've struggled really bad. So in week 2, I felt like I had more focus, more drive, more motivation. I was happier, more committed to what I do. Started making regular videos and content for my YouTube channel, including reviews of the flower products from the CBD flower shop. I started enjoying things a lot more. Night sweats started to calm down. I still have them. I think I'll always have them anyway. I've always been quite sweaty at night time, but the first week it was horrendous. Like, it was like someone had poured buckets of water over me in my sleep and I'd wake up in cold sweats. The second week it started calming down, and now I'm at the end of 2 weeks. I'm back to just light sweating, I guess. But then again, I wouldn't know. It's been 10 years since. Maybe it was the THC all along that was causing the sweats. I don't know. But I know that the sweats are calming down now and I'm getting much better night's sleep thanks to CBD. The nausea's gone, I don't feel sick every day now, and my body temperature doesn't rise insanely to the point I feel like I'm an oven. That's calmed down loads. Again, I think that's CBD helping aid that. I think I'd be struggling still a lot more if I didn't have CBD. I think the battle would well and truly still be on. I'm still fighting a little bit each day, but I'm far more confident now than I was at the beginning of the 2 weeks, and that's really promising for me. I really don't have any urge to go back to THC, really. Maybe in future, if it was legalised and I could see what readings I would get, I'd still only go for a low THC count and high CBD, because I really do believe in CBD. But I really wouldn't go back to full-time THC usage again, because the improvements in my life that have happened since that have been amazing, and I'm so busy now, it's unreal. Like, I'm trying to cram this video in now in between so many different things that I've got going on in my day. I'm just so busy, I haven't stopped. And I suppose that helps as well, that keeping busy has me thinking about smoking less, so that's another good thing. And the CBD helps me get through that long day, and then helps me relax of an evening when I've achieved everything I needed to achieve. Things I wasn't achieving within the 10 years prior. Still have aches and pains, but they're very much in the background thanks to the CBD. Sometimes the CBD completely gets rid of the pain. It just depends on what I've been doing and how physically active I've been as to whether it will diminish all of my pain. But still, it definitely helps the pain. 100% helps the pain. It seems to work better for my legs and below my waist down. I still have some issues in my upper body, but again, I'd be worse without any CBD. I know that for a fact, because I've tried going as long as I can and the pain just starts setting in. Yeah, and I don't really take any painkillers either, so The CBD is keeping me away from major painkillers, which is great, and can't really complain there. My appetite has improved loads. Like, I'm eating way more a day now, so hopefully I'll start putting a bit of weight on. For some reason, I guess THC suppressed my appetite. Some people, it helps them with their appetite. The odd strain here and there would get me starving in seconds, but I couldn't guarantee what strain I was getting. Whereas CBD seems to start kicking my body in, like I need to eat sooner in the day now than I ever could. So I used to wait all day and then eat from 8 o'clock onwards on the night. Whereas now I'm ready at breakfast time to try and think about finding something to eat. I don't always have breakfast anyway, but I'm having lunch now, and that's very important for me, so I'm really happy with that. That's amazing. Music sounds great again, music feels great, I'm vibing to everything I make or listen to. I was worried that if I cut out the THC I won't feel the music the way I used to, but the music's enough now, and CBD keeps me relaxed enough to stick to projects longer, so amazing stuff really. I feel better all round, definitely feel better all round, mood's improved. My anxiety is way less. For example, now that I've got 2 weeks out of the way, when I get to certain train stations, when I travel with my busking, doing my beatboxing, I have to climb flights of stairs with a 23 kilogram speaker on a trolley, plus my bag and holdall and an electric scooter, which weighs probably just as much as my speaker, to be honest. So I have to climb upstairs holding one speaker like that with my trolley and my scooter in the other hand, and I'm climbing the stairs, and what used to happen is I'd get to the top of those stairs, and by the time I've got to the barriers to get outside, my heart would be pounding very hard, and I'd feel the pounding in my head. The strange thing is, now I'm on CBD, I'm still tired when I get to the top of them stairs, but as I approach the barriers, my brain's telling me, your heart's gonna start pounding now. Your heart should be pounding, but it's not. My chest is silent, like there's stillness in my chest, and it's a really weird experience to be sort of out of breath and tired from what I've just done, but not having the racy pounding heart. And that used to really work my anxiety up before I entered the city that I was about to perform in. So 2 weeks THC free, I'm not getting that anxiety or pounding heart. CBD's keeping that at bay. I've also noticed I'm not getting anxiety on public transport anymore. Body's calm, absolutely calm. Again, CBD's done that, and I'm so grateful at the end of the day. It's been a crazy 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie. I've never been so busy in all my life. And I'm not ignoring things, I'm taking things head on, so I'm receiving great things in the process. Absolutely great things that I never thought I'd be doing, so including these video reviews, I never thought I'd be doing this, ever. But I hope it helps other people. If you're looking at cutting out THC, the CBD flower shop.co.uk is probably one of the best ways to go about it, because their stuff is solid, it's great, it's you get lab reports as well, so you know it's clean, the flavours are nice, and the service is fantastic. Honestly, it's really good. I've noticed as well, people are actually stopping me in the street now and saying that they've seen my reviews online, and they're telling me that I appear way more active on my Instagram and my YouTube, which you only have to look back at the other videos and you'll see how much more active I am. They're also telling me that I look better and I look well, I look more awake, I don't look drained, I don't look tired, and I don't look fed up. I'm happy to take compliments like that all day long, because I've looked like a bag of rubbish for years now, and dark around the eyes, tired, stressed, moody. I'm different now, and honestly, CBD is really helping me a lot. I couldn't have done it without the CBD flower shop. Honestly, I really couldn't. And I'm forming a good sort of relationship with those people that work there as well. And it's also helping me understand what it takes to do reviews, to help other people. And this will help me for my music projects in future, which I've been slacking on a bit, but they will come back around. And thanks to what I'm doing now with the CBD, it's almost trained me to a certain level where I know my content will be much better in the future. So hands down, I am so happy with the 2 weeks I've experienced. It was tough, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. but it would have been way, way harder without CBD flowers. I think that's pretty much how my 2 weeks went. I couldn't give a day by day because it was just, each day was running into the next, and all I was focusing on was my withdrawals and getting rid of those withdrawals. But now that it's actually been 2 weeks, I feel like celebrating, I feel like I've achieved something, not just one thing, but many, many things. I've got rid of an addiction in essence. I find with the CBD now that I only have it if I'm really, really, really bad and not getting on too well. I seem to be able to go hours now rather than every half hour to an hour needing THC. I don't need THC anymore. Still get the odd craving here and there, but I don't need it. That belief that I needed it has gone, and that's amazing. If you like the video, if you like my journey, if you like my story, if you like my background, if you like anything about me or CBD flowers, please subscribe to my channel. I've got more videos coming. The cbdflowershop.co.uk have been very supportive with me over the past 2 weeks. They've helped me tremendously, and I've got a lot more products of theirs to review. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, hit the bell notification. You will get a notification every time I upload a new video as well. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well, as that's where I promote all these products first, and then you'll get the direct links through my bio on Instagram, which is a Linktree link. Click on that, another menu opens up and it'll take you straight to whatever video you want to click on and check out. So thank you very much. Enjoy your day.